Hello everyone, my name is AP the Weird One, and we are back with a new anime. This time, sort of the Demon Hunter Kijin Gentōshō. This first episode was an hour long, a double core, because it's basically a prequel, kind of an introduction, a setup episode to the main conflict at hand, and an interesting episode to say the least. So, there's a lot to go over, but basically, the premise is this man named Genta and her sister Suzune, who is a demon. We'll just say it right off. She is a demon. They have an abusive family, and they basically run away. While in the sleep, they get run to this woman's father. Her name is Shirayuki. Her father adopts him and just takes him into the village, and he under her father's training, he becomes a sentinel, which essentially he is. He's the protector of the village priestess. It's Shikihime. Basically, that's what they are. And we get a little bit of their past life, but it's essentially just a beautiful family between these three, or you could say the four with the father. But time passes, and her father and mother pass away. Her mother was the current priestess of the village. She got eaten by a demon, and then her father killed him, and he died in the process. It's based off the story, and we get to basically when they're adults. She's the new village priestess, and he is a sentinel along with another man, which we'll get into. But essentially, in the current time, it's a big happy family between these three. Suzune obviously stays the same. She decides to suppress her powers. She doesn't want to become a full-fledged demon, and because it could alert the village, they might want to kill her or something. So although I think the village kind of understood something, but like as long as she doesn't become a full-fledged demon or true form, she's not a threat basically. However, things are eventually going to change, and the change is this man, and his name is Kiyomasa. He is the son of the village chief, and the village chief wants him to marry Shirayuki. It's kind of a tradition that some of the village chief, and specifically from the place they are in. I believe I wrote it down somewhere. Kanado. So essentially, the village, some of the village chief bloodline would marry the current priestess, and that's kind of that basically. And it's his father's decision to make that happen, and it makes sense. Makes sense. Now she's okay with this, but she does love Genta, and they kind of have a little date. And she says, "Yeah, I'm gonna marry this dude because he's the village chief's son, and he's from the village." So, are you okay with this? It's like, absolutely. I thought about running away with you, but it would go against my mission as the village priestess, and it would go against his wishes as well. Which he became a sentinel in order to protect her. So he's perfectly fine with this. Now, after the little date night and everything is established, he's a bit shocked that Genta would actually go along with this, because he knew that she was in love with her, but he's like, no, he's gonna let it pass, like, whatever. My mission is to be the sentinel for her, and if she has to marry, then so be it, as long as she continues being the priestess. Now, the one person that did not get informed of this was her. Suzune. She was not informed of this decision, and maybe if she was told this, maybe things would have changed differently. It has been revealed that two demons are outside the city, and it is Genta's job to kill them. Well, there's a two-pronged attack. The demons, the assimilation demon, fights Genta, and the clairvoyant demon finds Suzune, because Suzune is believed to be the demon goddess that will make sure that their race can last into the 21st century. So she goes meddles in business and kind of shows her that these two are going to get together, and I know that you do not like this because you want this love triangle to this family to be together. So Jinta and the demon have a good fight, and he kind of asks, what the purpose of their fighting, and he kind of asks him a simple question after being defeated. What happens when the person that you cherish the most, worthy of your protection, is no longer worthy of protection? He unfortunately passed away, but he gives his arm, he gives his demonic powers to him, so I'm allow him to live, allow him to bear witness, and kind of test him, given the power to witness this new age. So he's basically allowed to live for thousands of years. Unfortunately, after getting the demon arm, he goes to where Shiryuki is, and she is basically essentially on her deathbed. She transforms into a full-fledged demon. She is very angry at Shiryuki for betraying her brother, and she's like, and even though she kind of explained the situation, minus the fact that her brother was okay with this, she's very pissed, and it's like, I'm gonna just fucking kill you because you're a fucking whore and cheater. And when he gets there, she essentially does that. She just beheads her, and the demon Susan thinks, brother, I've killed this whore for you. Aren't you happy with me? Now let's go back and live a happy life. Unfortunately, he is not very happy about the situation because he was the protector, and she does not understand that he was okay with what these two are marrying. And they have a little scuffle, but the clairvoyant demon prevents Jinta from killing her, and she kind of wanders off on the own, becoming the demon god that is necessary for the 21st century. From the base, it sounds like that because all the areas would be illuminated in the world, the modern lights and everything, that would prevent them from the demons from having a good place to remain hidden. But with Susanne being the demon lord, demon god, they can prevent their kind from dying and surviving into the 21st century, as I've stated. And once this happens, it runs away. He kind of helps get the repair to the village, and it's the following morning. The village chieftain comes to talk to him. So, what are you gonna do? He says, I'm gonna stop my sister. I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna make sure that she ends. Though, in retrospect, he hopes that he would find a peaceful solution. He's going to kill her if he needs to, but he wants to find another solution, which is interesting. I think maybe Yuki would have been okay with that, I guess. If I don't know, maybe if they could have made like a double suicide pact or something, or some way to make sure that he doesn't have to kill her, like they can agree to leave peacefully or something. He was enraged at the moment, but then he kind of had a semblance. So a bit interesting. And of course, he's given this legendary sword, the Yare, a sword crafted by the gods, or a legendary blacksmith, more or less. And he's going to use this sword to hunt down the demons and get a hold of Susanne. It's an interesting story, and we're in the end of the episode, we kind of get cut to the future, 170 years into the present, which the clairvoyant demon predicted for Saul, and another character is gonna be kind of relaying the story. Those two are gonna talk about his journey from the late 1800s, or I guess no more like mid 1800s, because the journey starts. Their story starts in 1830. So we're gonna kind of see regale from his time from the 1800s to essentially modern day. It's an interesting premise, to say the least. It's kind of like if Demon Slayer but had a different twist. The main character. Oh god, I'm blanking on the names. If his sister actually became a full-fledged demon, Tanjiro and his sister had to kind of battle it out. I've seen his complaints about the animation. You can kind of tell with the eyes; it's a bit weird. It was all right it's all right. I'm kind of glad we did have need a full big story. Could have been. Did it need to be an hour? Maybe 45 minutes or so. Maybe it was actually it's more like 53 minutes, all things considered. But and we got a nice introduction. There was definitely some surprises, to say the least. Him being okay marrying, him being okay that she would marry someone else, him actually complaining about it, having a fit about it, and then him not realizing that there is maybe another way to this, to these two can coexist or come to a peaceful end or something. That doesn't have to be one of them have to be dying, or maybe even both dying. It was kind of interesting. So yeah, that's. I guess I thought the episode was good. I'm gonna have to see more. I think maybe I'll give it 2 more episodes before I decide if I'm gonna like this or not. It's interesting. It's also it's a bit decently gory. The animation, I guess, I don't mind as long as it doesn't look absolute shit. But I guess for being delayed and everything, it could have been better, to be honest. With that, I'm gonna leave you guys here. Hopefully, have a wonderful day. This series is on High Dev, and they're decent. They're a decent site. Better than Crunchyroll, more likely. And they have got interesting series. But with that, I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you for episode 2. Like, comment, and subscribe.